Dear children, welcome to this channel. In this video, let's learn the important points to remember on lesson 2 whole numbers. Once you finish learning, you can attend the mock test. The link is given in the description box. The whole numbers. First, let us learn the natural numbers. All the positive counting numbers starting from 1 are called natural numbers. The first 10 natural numbers are given here. First, predecessor and successor. What do you mean by predecessor? If we subtract 1 from any natural number, we get the predecessor of that number. For example, let's consider a number 17. So 17 minus 1 is 16. So 16 is the predecessor of 17. Next is successor. If we add 1 to any natural number, we get the next number, which is called the successor of that number. For example, 12 plus 1 is 13. Here, 13 is the successor of 12. There is one remark. There is no predecessor of 1 in natural numbers because 1 is the starting number in natural number series. Whole numbers. Whole numbers are the collection of natural numbers including 0. So, the 0 is the predecessor of 1 in the whole numbers. So here the natural number starts from 1, 2, 3 like that. When we add 1, 0, when we include 1, 0 with the natural numbers, we get the whole numbers. Number line. To draw a number line, we have to follow the steps. Few steps. First, draw a line and mark a point 0 on it. Now, mark the second point to the right of 0 and label it as 1. The distance between the 0 and 1 is called the unit distance. Now, you can mark other points as 2, 3, 4 and so on with the unit distance. See, you can find this. This is the number line for the whole numbers. So, for the whole numbers, the number line starts from 0 with the unit distance 1, 2, 3 like that. It goes on increase. This is the number line for whole numbers. Points to remember about the number line. Number 1, the distance between 2 points. The distance between 3 and 5 is 2 units. Likewise, the distance between 1 and 6 is 6 minus 1, that is 5. So, 5 units. Number 2, the greater number on the number line. The number on the right is always greater than the number on the left. Let us take number 5 is on the right of number 2. So, 5 is always greater than 2. The third point, a smaller number on the number line. The number on the left of any number is always smaller than that number. For example, let us consider 3. 3 is on the left of 7. So, 3 is always less than 7. Next is addition on the number line. If we have to add 2 and 5, then start with 2 and make 5 jumps to the right. As our fifth jump is at 7, the answer is 7. It is shown very clearly in the picture. So the sum of 2 and 5 is 2 plus 5, 7. Now subtraction. Subtraction on the number line. If we have to subtract 6 from 10, then we have to start from 10 and make 6 jumps to the left. As our sixth jump is at 4, the answer is 4, which is shown clearly in this picture. The green point shows the starting. So 6 jumps we have to make out. So the sixth jump ends at 4. So the answer is 4. The subtraction of 6 from 10 is 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. Next is multiplication on the number line. If we have to multiply 4 and 3, then start from 0, make 4 jumps using 3 units at a time to the right. As you reach to 12, so we say 3 into 4 is equal to 12, which is given clearly in this picture, which starts with the jump starts from 0. How many times the jumps happen? 4 times. At the 4th jump's end, the point shows number 12. So the answer is 12. Next is the properties of whole numbers. The very first property is closure property. The whole numbers are said to be closed if their operation is also the whole number, which is tabulated very clearly for the basic mathematical operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Let's see the meaning one by one with the example. First, addition. The meaning is the whole numbers are closed under addition as their sum is also a whole number. For example, 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. Yes, it is a closed. These numbers are closed. So we can say the whole numbers are closed under closure property. Next is subtraction. Whole numbers are not closed under subtraction because their difference is always not a whole number. 9 minus 2 is 7. 2 minus 9 is equal to minus 7, which is an integer, not a whole number. So subtraction is not closed. Next is multiplication. Whole numbers are closed under multiplication as their product is also a whole number. 9 into 5 is equal to 45. So the whole numbers are closed under multiplication. Yes. Next is division. Whole numbers are not closed under division as their result is not always whole number. 5 divided by 1 is equal to 5. 5 divided by 2 equal to not a whole number. We will get some decimal number. So, whole numbers are not closed under division. No. Next is commutative property. Two whole numbers are said to be commutative if their result remains the same even if we swap the position of the numbers. Let's see the basic operations. First, addition. The addition is commutative for whole numbers as their sum remains the same even if we interchange the position of the numbers. For example, 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. 5 plus 2 is also 7. So, the addition is commutative for whole numbers. Yes. Next is for subtraction. Subtraction is not commutative for whole numbers as their difference may be different if we interchange the position of the numbers. Let us consider one example. That is 9 minus 2 equal to 7. 2 minus 9 is equal to minus 7, which is not a whole number. So, subtraction is not commutative for whole numbers. No. Next is multiplication. Multiplication is commutative for whole numbers as their product remains the same even if we interchange the position of the numbers. For example, 9 into 5 is equal to 45. 5 into 9 is also 45. So, multiplication is commutative for whole numbers. Yes. Next is division. The division is not commutative for whole numbers as their result may be different if we interchange the position of the numbers. For example, 5 divided by 1 is equal to 5. But when we interchange the numbers position, 1 divided by 5 is equal to 0.5, which is a decimal number, not a whole number. So, the division is not commutative for whole numbers. So, no. The third property is associative property. The two whole numbers are said to be associative if the result remains the same even if we change the grouping of the numbers. Let's take the addition operation. The addition is associative for whole numbers as their sum remains the same even if we change the grouping of the numbers. Let us take one example. 3 plus 2 plus 5 is equal to 3 plus 2 plus 5. So here 2 plus 5 is 7. So 3 plus 7 is equal to 5 plus 5. So 10 is equal to 10. So addition is associative for whole numbers. Yes. Let us take subtraction. Subtraction is not associative for whole numbers as their difference may change if we change the grouping of the numbers. Let us take one example. 8 minus 10 minus 2. Here, in the other side, 8 minus 10 minus 2. As for the BODMAS rule, first we have to remove the bracket. So, 10 minus 2 is 8 here. The other side, 8 minus 2 is minus 2. So, in the left side, 8 minus 8 is 0. In the right side, minus 2 is equal to minus 4. So, 0 is not equal to minus 4. The subtraction is not associative for whole numbers. So, no. Next, multiplication. Multiplication is associative for whole numbers as their product remains the same even if we change the grouping of the numbers. Let us take one example. 3 into 5 into 2 is equal to 3 into 5 into 2. According to the BODMAS rule, we have to remove the brackets first. So 5 2s are 10. The other side, 3 5s are 15. So 3 into 10 is 30. 15 into 2 is 30. Both are equal. So multiplication is associative for whole numbers. Yes. Next is division. The division is not associative for whole numbers as their result may change if we change the grouping of the numbers. One example here, 24 divided by 3 is not equal to 4 divided by 2. Exactly. 24 by 3 is 8. 4 by 2 is 2. So 8 is not equal to 2. So the division is not associative for whole numbers. No. The fourth one is distributivity of multiplication over addition. This property says that if we have three whole numbers x, y and z, then x into y plus z is equal to xy plus xez. Let us see one example. Evaluate 15 into 45. Let's solve like this. 15 into 45 can be written as 15 into 40 plus 5. So here we have to multiply this 15 with 40 one time and 5 the next time. So 15 into 40 plus 15 into 5. Here 15 into 40 is 600. 15 into 5 is 75. The final answer is 675. The fifth one is identity for addition. If we add 0 to any whole number, the result will be the same number only. So 0 is the additive identity of whole numbers. A plus 0 is equal to 0 plus A, which is equal to A. Let's see one example. How many apples? In one basket, 2 apples are there. In another basket, no apples. That is 0 apples. So 2 plus 0 is equal to 2. The same 2 apples will be there in the basket. So this is clearly shows that if we add 0 apples to 2 apples, we get the 2 apples only. The sixth one is identity for multiplication. If we multiply 1 to any number, the result will be the same whole number. So 1 is the multiplicative identity of whole numbers. Next, let's see the patterns. Patterns are used for easy verbal calculations and to understand the numbers better. Why we should learn the patterns? The pattern type of questions will be asked in the competitive exams and also to easily sort out the critical issues, the situations, we can use the pattern techniques. We can arrange the numbers using dots in elementary shapes like triangle, square, rectangle and line. We can arrange every number using dots in a line. 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, 5 dots, like this. Secondly, we can arrange some numbers using a rectangle shape. See, for example, here 6 dots are arranged in 2 rows and 3 columns. That is 2 by 3. It's looking like a rectangle. In another one, there are 12 dots. They are arranged in 3 by 4 method. So it's looking like rectangle. Next, we can arrange some numbers using a square. Here is one example. 9 dots are arranged in 3 by 3 manner. 16 dots are arranged in 4 by 4 manner. The next one is, we can arrange some numbers using triangle. For example, 3 dots, 6 dots and 10 dots are shown like a triangle arrangement. Uses of patterns. The patterns can be used to simplify the process. Let's see one example. 123 plus 9, which is equal to 123 plus 10 minus 1, which is equal to 133 minus 1, which is equal to 132, which is easy for doing addition for big numbers. The same thing we can try in another way. 123 plus 99. So 123 plus 100 minus 1. So 223 minus 1 is equal to 222. Let's see another example. 83 into 9. which is equal to 83 into 10 minus 1. So 83 into 10 is, according to the distributivity, 830 minus 83, which is equal to 747. Let's consider 83 into 99. 83 into 100 minus 1 we can write by using distributivity. 8300 minus 83. So the answer is 8217.